And so all of this stuff that was happening to me, the bullying, not feeling loved, the not being accepted at the church, all this stuff, I realized early on the world is not a safe place. And then my accident really just brought it into my body.
Yeah. Yep.
And yet I had this feeling of, like I said, it not being an accident, because all of a sudden, little by little, and I mean little by little, I started to heal by realizing that I had survived something that a lot of other people would maybe not have. And also the kids that still picked on me, even after my accident, by calling me R2D2 when I was in a wheelchair, or calling me the bionic woman when I walked around with my leg brace that I still wear today. I didn't take it in as much anymore because I realized that I had survived. And the other big thing for me was I realized that as mean as they were to me, I would never wish my accident on them. And that really was very healing to me.
Yeah.
Also, my mother told off a priest at school, and that was very healing as well.
I bet. But it sounds like...
They didn't call me or visit me.
Huh.
And my mother went in, and the priest said, "How is he doing?" And my mother said, "Well, he's doing fine and this and that, but he's disappointed that none of you ever came to visit, and you never even took the time to phone him." He said, "Well, Clinton," that's my real name, "Clinton is in our prayers." And my mother looked at him and said, "Clinton doesn't need your prayers. He's got enough good people praying for him." And she said, "And I know damn well, if it had been one of those boys in those photos you've got behind your desk who were like the football and basketball stars of the school," she said, "you would have been at that hospital every single day." And she picked up my books and stormed out of that school.
Yeah.
And then she thought, "I'm going to hell. I just told off the priest." She was horrified. But I was thrilled.
But I was just gonna say, and like, yay, mom, because like she's actually getting to express the real anger of that moment.
Yeah.
And what's interesting, the kind of note that I want to make about that too, is that what you're describing through a lot of not just really difficult times, but also traumatic experiences, through being bullied, like severely bullied just for being who you are, for any bit of sexual assault that you've experienced, for landing on glass and having a physical trauma that happened. These things, as they happen, we find ways of surviving, and our brains function in ways where it helps to survive so we can just move through our lives beyond that point. And part of the way that that does that is it starts to kind of create a rift between the different parts of our brains functioning. So we might not necessarily then have the same level of access to the emotional parts of our functioning. And so that's what helps us kind of function. Like you said, you were able to just kind of move along, and your mom at one point is even kind of picking up the slack, knowing that that needs to be expressed, and is kind of like charging, at the priest even. And being able to do that. So I love all the ways that you're talking about how you've been able to survive. And I'm curious for you, in your journey kind of beyond that point, in what ways have you been able to actually thrive? In what ways have you been able to maybe kind of reintegrate the different parts of your brains and the feelings and emotional parts of your processing in life?